I'm Dr. Bilal, IAS 17 batch, All India rank 10, and today I will be interacting with you in another session that is 1 year's, like what should be the strategy of preparing for this examination for a complete year. Many people ask me about many questions about what should be our schedule for a complete year if we want to prepare. So I will just give you a brief outline about how to start and what should we keep in idle time limit for a particular subject, and which subject to take and which not to take at early stage. Let me first put forward one caveat that everybody has its own way of preparation, and we have to respect that because we all are different, and हम सब लोग different हैं, और जो भी preparation करते हैं उनका एक अलग style होता है. They are the way they approach to this examination. So that's why I will be trying to give an outline of the examination, that how you should prepare ideally for 1 year, what month wise. But as such, it may change. It changes with every person. It's not like a sacrosanct that yes, ये preparation का तरीका है, इसी तरीके से prepare करना है. That's why I always put a caveat that this is not something, a formula that you should apply. It is just a guideline. Rather than saying that I'm giving you a plan for 1 year, I would say that how I prepared for 1 year in 2016 and how I approached that 1 year. So, and at the end of the session, I will be taking questions. So maybe for 10-15 minutes I can take questions. So I will give you the brief outline of how to prepare. First of all, civil services examination has a prelims and a mains, an interview, of course. So the syllabus of prelims and mains mostly overlap, as well as the preparation. ऐसी कोई चीज़ नहीं है जिसको हम कह सकते हैं कि that कि जी मैं prelims के लिए तैयारी कर रहा हूँ या कोई मैं mains के लिए तैयारी कर रहा हूँ. जो मैंने बहुत sections में बताए हुए हैं that it overlaps. जब आप पढ़ते हैं और जब आप preparation करते हैं, things overlap. But as far as syllabus is concerned, there are certain things which different. First is the approach to the prelims is different when it comes to examination. With the same syllabus, with the same subjects, maybe polity, history, geography, it's a preliminary based examination. It is a negative selection. That means multiple choice questions are there, and there's a competition, and no, it's not seen that how much understanding you have about a subject. अगर आपने 2 घंटे अच्छा पेपर कर लिया, you are through. If not, you're out. Whereas in mains, what you write, that is being analyzed and read, and marks have been given. So in that way, conceptually speaking, mains examination is about your ability, that how much you have understood. That's why these are two different aspects. So, but approach is same. Syllabus is same, but the approach may be different just before you give the examination. So, but when we talk of syllabus, there are certain things which are not asked in prelims. So if you will take your main syllabus, there are few subjects like ethics and integrity, like society, like international relationship, okay? And there are certain topics from environment as well as many other topics which are normally not asked in prelims. So you need to focus on that area. Now I will start with the 1 year like how you should proceed. For example, let's take the year from 1st of the May. Like if you are starting from the 1st of May. So let me first, there are two parallel things we will be going. One is general studies, okay, current affair, and subject. That's optional subject. So if we take 1st May as a line, 1st May से तैयारी कर रहे हैं हम एक साल का. So I would suggest that for first 2 months, that is May and June, start with NCERT textbooks of all the subjects. That's polity, that's history, geography, economy, environment, and basic sciences. read those textbooks thoroughly. For some subjects, you can take 9th, 10th directly. For some subjects, you can take from 6th. What is the litmus test? If while studying a textbook for 11th and 12th, if you feel that you are going well and you are able to understand every concept, then there is no need to go just back from 6th. But if you feel, most of us feel, it's not like we have understood the whole subject. For example, for me, it was very difficult for me to understand geography from 11th, 12th. Then I shifted back from 6th. So it varies. So this litmus test you have to perform on yourself. So for 2 months, that is for May and June, apart from the current affairs, that is newspapers, that will remain constant throughout the year, you should go for the NCERTs thoroughly for 2 months. That means 60 days you have to devote yourself to the NCERTs and nothing else. जब मैं NCERT की बात करता हूँ, you have to read thoroughly, line by line, understand the concepts as much as. For 2 months you read that, and a minimum twice you have to do revision. 2 बार रिविजन करना है पढ़ने के बाद, ऑलमोस्ट 3 बार पढ़ना है NCERT. That means when I talk of NCERTs को 2 बार रिविजन करना है, that means एक बार आपको when you start, once you read first reading and then you have to revise it twice at least. Okay, so ऐसा नहीं है कि that when you read NCERTs तो फिर NCERT को छोड़ना है and कुछ नया पकड़ना है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. NCERTs are building block as well as NCERTs are the very important source for UPSC examination. So NCERT को 2 महीने दे दीजिए, give 2 months for the NCERT, and then for July and August. Then when you complete 60 days, after 60 days go for references. For example, polity का textbook पढ़ लिया and then go for a one reference like Lakshmikant. Economic textbook पढ़ ली, go for one reference. For example, Tata McGraw-Hill, रमेश सिंह, या कोई भी मटेरियल जो आपके पास हो. Environment पढ़ लिया, then go for one standard textbook of environment. ऐसे ही history पढ़ लिया, NCERT सारी, then you can go for, it's your choice. You can go for spectrum or you will not. You have to decide that कि this is the set of NCERTs I have to complete, and these are the set of reference books I will have to keep in kitty so to complete my syllabus. So for first 2 months, that is May and June, go for the NCERTs, and for next 2 months, July and August, go for the reference books. Start reading reference books. It will be then a continuous process. Okay, so then in, like, if we take now September, October, November and December, now once you have completed this next 4 months, that is September, October, November and December. So you will start with the same procedure of every month, every 2 months, things will improve, things will add up. Like you will go for the general studies exam, what you are reading, that is NCERTs, already you must have read, and then references you would be reading and you would have almost completed them. And maybe if you are not completed, go on continuously. And in these 4 months for general studies, you will complete that portion of general studies which is in the mains. For example, you will complete the topics like ethics and integrity. So ethics and integrity you will complete in these 4 months. Then remaining society, Indian society, read Indian society, which is mentioned in the mains syllabus. Okay, then you go for the world history and international relationship, as well as certain topics like what we call as internal security. So complete these topics and these papers in these 4 months, specifically with the mains, because when there will be overlapping, only these subjects will be left. I repeat, ethics and integrity, world history, society, basics of IR, as well as internal security, along with the general studies which you are normally reading. So this will complete your GS. Otherwise what happens कि आप लोग जब पढ़ते हैं, when you start reading about like Lakshmikant, NCERTs, that some things are missed out. which are in the mains. And suddenly when जब आप prelims qualify करते हो और mains की तरफ जाते हो, फिर पता चलता है आपको कि world history पढ़ना है. अब कहाँ से पढ़े world history? Then you get perturbed. तो इसलिए पहले ही complete करना है. So in September, October, November and December, for general studies I'm talking of right now, you will read normal general studies. For example, you will give, for example, what will be the timetable? ठीक है, like you complete, for example, 2 hours for newspapers, for example 3 hours for GS, which you will be reading continuously. Then you will go for 3 hours for one topic, for example starting with the ethics in the first month, and then internal security, and then world history, and then other topics, IR basics. So you will try to figure out what is in the mains, what is in the main syllabus, which I have not covered. So you will complete those topics in these 4 months, and along with geography. So by end of December, your general study should be complete with revisions. Those topics should be completed which are not asked in prelims, the topics I have just enumerated. So this will be an ideal situation to prepare for GS. I hope I am clear about it. And then I should come back now. I will go back to September. So May and June NCERTs, July and August references plus NCERTs. Then from September, October, November, December, GS newspapers, GS same thing along with these topics. Plus from September you have to start the preparation of an optional. For example, you have optional of history, political science, whatever you have. So start preparing from May. Either you can start it with September, either you can start it with August. Start taking, either you can take a coaching, or if you want to read. So you have 5 months, 5 months of block or 4 months of block for preparing from subject, which starts from either from August or September. It varies with the comfort level. After kitna comfort level with this. So complete by December, you should be able to complete the subject as well. The ideal timetable in September, October, November, December will be 2 hours of newspaper, 3 hours of GS, 3 hours of topic, that is world history, ethics, and 3 hours dedicated, or 3-4 hours dedicated to the subject. Complete your subject by December. So by December, you should be able to complete both GS as well as subject, as well as certain topics of the mains. So it depends on your efficiency. It depends how much efforts you do. So work hard in these months so that you are comfortable at the end of December. So when you complete December, when you enter into new year, that is 2021 January, you should have a complete preparation. And by January to the prelims, you should read current affair and revise as much as you can as much as you can do. And then one thing adds after after 1st of January, that is more and more mock tests. You have to give mock tests, prelims mock tests. That means maybe around 3,000, 4,000 questions. That means 30 papers or 40 papers of prelims, so that you can be ready for the prelims examination. One thing is very critical. That is, you have to solve more and more test papers so that you can apply what you have read. All those months you have read NCERTs and references and different things. Now it's the time to test them. And remember why it is important to solve more and more tests from January and revise more and more, because prelims is, as far as my understanding, prelims is very difficult, and it's a tough competition. So in order to be safe, in order to aspire for a good score, अच्छा score करने के लिए, you have to work hard from January, so that you don't fetch a margin score. For example, normally what happens, sometimes you get a score of 105, 102, 100 on 105 in prelims, and then you are in doldrums कि यार मेरा prelims हो जाएगा कि नहीं, and then you waste your 2 months, you waste your 60-70 days of preparation because you are not sure whether you are in or not. So in order to crack prelims, as well as know that कि आपका prelims बहुत अच्छे से हो, that means no doubt. For example, if you score more than 120, then if we see the trends, then you are safe. भाई मैं safe हूँ. That means then you could focus on your subjects, your prelims, your mains. So otherwise, that is why I always ask students to prepare well, to prepare these months for prelims. That is from January up to the date of prelims, maybe in May, whatever we have, so that we are comfortably, a prelims is a cakewalk for them. So that, and this will help you to fetch a good score and focus on after you appear for the examination, and on the second very day you should be focusing on your mains, so that you can actually give more time to mains and score good marks, because scoring in mains is very important for your rank. And that we will be discussing later on how it's very important. That's why mm, we all are preparing for mains, basically, because mains will decide that whether how much rank you will get. Prelims is just an examination you have to pass, but that's very, very critical. That's the first door, you have to cross that. So this is the up to maybe May. So this is complete 1 year, I can call it. This is just an outline. So I would suggest that you should at least study 12 hours a day from me. Okay, adjusting with the classes, and this is the time where you can work more and more hard without any stress. Because look, if you put more number of hours when you are close to the examination, like in April 2021, for example, then you will be very near. You will be very near to the examination, and it brings a lot of stress in you. So I would suggest that यही टाइम है जहां पर आप स्ट्रेस फ्री 15 घंटे 16 घंटे दे सकते हैं. So this is the time. And when you reach at near to the examination, decrease the number of hours. ठीक है, so that you are comfortable, so that you can build confidence, so that you can focus on your on the number of hours you sleep, and balance it out, so that, because you have to appear for the examination. So I suggest this is the time to read, and make sure that you complete your optional by December, and you complete your GS, NCERTs and references and syllabus by December, and devote each and every day after January for preparing, for revisioning, for revising more and more, and 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 other aspects. Maybe you have some other focused areas after January, you can do that. And my suggestion is that after January, solve more and more mock tests, because it will make you more prepared for the prelims examination. So friends, I hope this is just a brief outline about 1 year's preparation, just as a gist, so that most of the people sometimes get confused. So this is how I prepared, actually, basically. So it will help you, like when your subject is when your optional subject is ready by December, that can help you in also after prelims, because after completing your prelims, the subject will be ready, GS will be ready. You have to revise, you have to do a lot of revisions, and focus on current affairs. Then you can fetch good marks in mains. So this is all I have today, and now I will be taking I will be taking some questions from you, so that kindly ask me as much questions as you, so that we can थोड़ा elaborate हो जाए 1-to-1, कि आपको अगर कुछ और लग रहा है, इसमें कुछ confusion है, आप मुझे बता सकते हैं. And also, apart from this, I will be taking classes on environment and ecology in UPSC guide program 2021, and they have requested me for the classes for environment and ecology. So I will be taking, since I always had an experience with the environment and ecology by spending some 4 years in Indian Forest Service, and that has helped me to gain a lot of practical knowledge about environment and ecology. I'm not a professional teacher about ecology and environment, but definitely I will try to do justice as far as UPSC examination is concerned, and I will try to focus on fetching more marks, or telling you the strategies, that what is important and what's not, from UPSC perspective. And I'm also working on my book on environment and ecology, which will be in publishing I think by once this pandemic is over, I hope it ends soon. So it will be in prints after that. So you can also fetch copy and read that also. And I will be also taking online classes on UPSC guide. I already announced that. And also I request students from Jammu and Kashmir and Northeast, as well as those needy students who want to join free classes to join. I request them if they can join UPSC for free classes, and that will help us to help those students. And in the present crisis where COVID pandemic has done everything, has stopped, and online coaching has become online, I would say guidance has become more important. So thank you so much for this, and now I will be taking some questions. Okay.